So I just watched Jackie Brown for the first time, which is a movie from 1997. Now, as far as I understand, this is a Quentin Tarantino movie, which is a famous director, and this is the first movie that I've ever seen from this person in my whole life, I think. I did a brief cursory look when I was finishing the movie, and I was like, have I seen any of these other movies? And no, I haven't. Now, from this, I have no idea why he is so famous, basically. My take of this movie is that it was decent, okay? It was okay. There was nothing special stylistically. I don't know, it was okay. I know he made Pulp Fiction. I know that's like a really famous movie he's made. I don't know what the appeal of that is either. I think I've seen like a few clips from that. So maybe this director basically isn't my cup of tea, I guess. But generally, I don't know, it was okay. It was fine. It was good, okay? It was decent. But yeah, I don't know. Besides that, that's it. That's the end of the review. I got nothing else to say. But not really. Let's see. I've got my one thing that I think is interesting about this movie is that maybe just trying to figure out why, I guess just for anyone who hasn't seen this movie, the premise is that could I even describe the premise? Is it like a slice of life movie? It's not even. You've got this guy who's like making money selling guns. He has money stuck in Mexico and he wants to get it to America. Okay. And there's this flight attendant, I think that's what her job is technically, who is smuggling the money back to America for him. Now, that person is called Jackie Brown, okay? She's the smuggler. And she gets caught carrying the money and some cocaine or something at some point at the beginning of the movie. And the whole movie is basically her and the guy she's like smuggling the stuff for, called Ordell, I think that's his name. I hope that's right. Probably shouldn't have written it down. And they're like there's a back and forth of like who is going to win on this and like who's going to get the money, and like Jackie's plotting against him and he's like plotting against her. And then you've got like other parties, like you've got this, I don't know what his name is, but he's played by something De Niro, some famous actor guy, the Meet the Fockers guy or whatever. And he's like got his own thing going on. And you've got this bail officer guy who's played by, was it Robert Foster or something? The guy from Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul. The vacuum cleaner guy, who plays basically the exact, very similar role in this, or a very similar performance, which was kind of cool to see. But he's like got a role in this, and it's like I guess the genre that it gave when I watched it was like suspenseful drama or something, which I guess it's kind of like that. It's also somewhat comedic, but yeah, it's like, I guess the appeal of this movie is kind of like who is telling the truth, and like what side is Jackie on, and what does she really want, and what's she planning. That's kind of the appeal of this movie. And it kind of, you get the climax of the movie, which is that you finally see, we're building up toward like this promised day, the day where this whole plan is going to be executed. And there's like the FBI or whatever, I don't know which government department or whatever, but they're in on this operation, and they're trying to like get Jackie Brown to work for them. And this is the big day, and we're watching it. And the interesting thing is that the climax is actually really good, and you get to see like this big day and like smuggling the money from 3 different perspectives, and they're all really interesting and fun, and I like it. I don't know, what more can I say? I truly, there was nothing more beyond this. I just watched it from beginning to end. I think of all the things I've ever seen, this is the fewest notes. Like what I've actually got, I said, the build-up, how this plan is going to be executed is good. Jackie is plotting with Ordell, the Breaking Bad guy, and the police. So there's like a lot of different relationships that are going on there, which are kind of interesting. Melanie plotted with the old De Niro guy to steal the money. Ordell is nervous and doesn't trust anyone, and saw Jackie meeting with the Breaking Bad guy at the mall. We don't know how much the police trust and believe Jackie, so there's a lot of different perspectives. And I'm like, oh, it's kind of cool, we like this. Oh, then there's one hilarious scene, and I'm pretty sure this is meant to be like comedic, but it was so funny when let me check this. Robert De Niro, that's his name, right? De Niro? Maybe I'm just completely wrong. Yeah, Robert De Niro. His character it's like Lewis or something. He like shoots Melanie like for no reason, just because she was annoying him. And it was kind of cathartic because I'm like, she is being really annoying, but I didn't want her to get shot, but he shot her. And then Ordell is like talking to him in the car, and Ordell is like mad at him. It's like, why'd you shoot him? And Ordell is like suspicious of him for like stealing the money or something. And he is offended. De Niro is offended by it. He's like, you would ask me that? And it's just so funny. Oh my goodness. It's just so funny how like aloof and how offended he is in that moment. And he's like offended that this friend of his would like question him for stealing the money when it is in the most suspicious circumstances. And he just happened to casually kill this random like friend of Ordell. So it's just really funny. I just find it so funny. It was the best scene in the movie. I was cracking up. I was actually laughing. But I don't know, what else? I'm stretching this out, okay? So we got my 4 miscellaneous notes. There's a bunch of weird feet shots at the beginning of the movie. Like really close-up shots of the woman's feet. And I'm like, this is really weird. Now, it is something I have heard about Quentin Tarantino, that like feet are like a thing in his movies, but I thought it was exaggerated. Like I thought it was like people were making that up. It was like a meme or something. But no, this is like just focusing on the feet. And I was like, what is this? It's so gross and weird. But I mean, whatever, just like a thing in the movie. The movie has a few sections where it puts text on screen to say the location and what's happening. It's pretty unnecessary. Yep, true. However, it was the coolest thing ever when they're like, the same, like they put the thing of like the day or whatever I don't know what they said, like the operation, or there was some word they put on screen for like the day was going to happen. And then like they do the same thing when we see it from another perspective. Like, this is cool. I like this. Then my final note. Oh yeah. So at the end of this movie, it kind of ends ambiguously where the Breaking Bad Robert Foster guy is talking to Jackie, and then Jackie leaves, and she's like, oh, you want to come with me or something? And she just leaves. And then he's on the phone talking to someone, and he's like, oh, can I call you back in 30 minutes? And the movie ends, and I'm like, what was that? What is he like? What is he doing in those 30 minutes? I don't understand. Now, and I also don't understand if I'm meant to figure it out at that point, or if it's meant to be open-ended. So I don't know. It ended weirdly. I guess technically the final shot is like a mirror to the opening shot in this movie. The opening shot was really cool, where it's like her going on a flat escalator in the airport, and it's just this cool song that's playing in the background. And then the final scene in this one, I think when she's driving away, and it's like playing the exact same song, and I'm like, oh, this is kind of cool, the beginning and end mirroring each other. But yeah, that's Jackie Brown. The least thoughts I have on any movie ever, and it was perfectly fine.